is your website. What does that look like, and are there errors on it or things of that nature? We'll have a few people calling in today, a couple here from Chicago, and I'll have a few hosts with me or co-hosts here coming in. But the first thing we like to, again, start out with is the script. This is the thing that your actors will be taking and bringing to life. So we like to talk to you about what things should be in your script. And then the first thing that I always like to do is, like, you should always start out with a style. Like, what is it that you want to convey? What is your message? What is your thought process? What is your ideal that you want to convey? And then it should all then begin with characters. Who do you want to tell this story on the stage? And next, what time frame is this story going to take place in? These are some of the things that we like to talk to you about. So tell us what's in your script, and what are some of the things that you deal with when you're writing a story, and then tell us how you write that story or that script. So we'd like for you to chime in on those topics right now. Our call-in number is 708-345-0563. And let us know what you're thinking about it, or you can even let us know by sending us a wonderful Facebook message, and then we can address your question or your issue on the air. So, again, when we're talking about a script, and you're finally started writing it, we want, what do you want everyone to basically feel from your script, or what is it that you want the world to know? Like, if you ever come to see a Victor Gully production or a Taste of Theater or Afterwork program production, you're going to notice several things. We're always going to give you a love story. That's my style. And then we're going to give you a social issue intertwined with that. So that's what I call my ministry, and that's something that you can always count on whenever you come to see a story by Victor Gully. So, again, that's the message that you want to convey. So, tell us, what kind of messages are you interested in conveying to the world whenever you're writing a script? And then, the second thing is the characters that you want to bring to life, bring that story to life. And then, next, what time frame? Because sometimes you'll need to tell your story when it happens in 1940 or sometimes 1960, or in one of my stories it was 2056. So you always have to choose your time period as to where you want that story to take place at. And then next, we like to then take you into how the story is going to be told. Is it and how you want to convey that message across with the actors and actresses. And then you introduce them, and then introduce your characters, so this way when people are watching your story, they know who's on stage. Is it John? Is it Jerry? Is it Rochelle? Or is it or is it some other character name? And then after you introduce your character, we always like to make sure that you introduce what this scenario or the problem is, or the circumstances in which these two characters or these characters that you have on the stage are facing. So, and then how are they related? So you should do all that in your intro. And then after you've done your script, now we want to make sure that we've told the story, or I'd say have someone read it over to make sure that that story is in linear format. So this way, when someone else who hasn't seen your story before is sitting there and they're reading it, does it make sense? Does it go from A to B to C all the way down to Z, or does it jump around in so many different places it's hard to follow? I've read a few scripts like that, and unfortunately, they were a tough read. So, but I would always recommend, please go ahead and start writing. If this is what you choose to do, this is your format, your passion, like it is here at A Taste of Theater, we want you to just go ahead and start writing. So even if it's a work in progress, get out there and just start writing. Start experiencing, letting others experience the gift that you've been given. And then we want to also have you think about in your script, is it going to be a musical? Is it going to be a drama? Is it going to be a comedy? Or is it going to be something that we've never heard of before? Will it be a horror story or something? So these are topics that you should always take into consideration whenever you're writing your script. And we're going to also look into, when we come back from commercial, things about your things about community. Once you've decided to start building your you've got your script, you've got your show together, and now you want to start building your community around that script or around your theater company. And what does that look like? And then we'll also be taking some of your phone calls here today at Smooth 90.5 FM and HD. And we're going to go to, and the phone number to call in is 708 345 0563. Again, that's 708 345 0563. And then while we're taking your calls, we can get some feedback from you as to what you like to see whenever you go out and see a stage play. What are some of the best shows you've ever seen? And you can also follow us on our Facebook page, which is A Taste of Theater as well. And we'll be posting some of these questions out there for you to chime in on. And then as our broadcast continues, we'd like for you to just tell us what's happening out in the world of theater from your perspective. So we're going to go to commercial right now, then we'll be right back to finish our talk about scripts, community, and, of course, your website.
Taste of Theater stage play from great directors and actors across the country.
This is my TV. Don't you see my name on there? What to say? Mud to the damn D-E. That's right.
Not the same old boring station with the same old boring music. Join WGSJ-BC Radio broadcasts a clear, uninterrupted commercial.
Black. It's for the paper. To what do you owe your success?
I have a natural instinct for what makes a person tick. Hannah?
Christian. Ow! That hurts. Oh, please, God! Ah!
White girls, get that elevator fixed.
Give me a smile. Okay, no smile. Don't ever smile again.
So, how did you make your money?
I exercise control in all things, Miss Steele.
And you don't want somebody like me. You're such a stallion.
I don't do romance.
I need to know why you won't have a real relationship with me.
Let's just say my life wasn't always easy.
My stepdad, Ron, is a little overprotective.
Are you thinking about marrying? No. What if she get pregnant? Still no. But hell no. I like this. I'm just the dominant.
Show me the worst.
Service!
Did you break my stool?
No.
We have to talk.
You mean like white people?
What's wrong with that?
And they start throwing around all these big SAT words. I like it the black way.
What you not gonna do?
Oh no, what you not gonna do? You're not about to, and don't let me get a clapping, boo.
Oh, hell no.
See, that's communication.
That's the one I I normally listen to.
Okay. Or you can also listen to the one, the new radio station app. iOS is taking a little bit long because
I'm a black man in Beverly Hills. This is it. Our new home. New beginnings.
We got money.
What are you worried about?
Worried about how you got it.
Let's enjoy this.
Welcome, neighbors. We are the Smiths.
My name is Carl Black.
It's a little ironic that your name is Black.
Don't say it, bitch.
That's the first warning.
Happy purge, neighbors.
Happy Purge.
Tonight is the purge. You ain't done nothing wrong. You got nothing to worry about. Purge ain't about you. It's about the rest of you. And you know who you are.
Purge these nuts.
Oh my God, Dad. Tonight's only the most dangerous night all year. People can get away with whatever crime they want. 12 hours.
Mr. Black, you're not wanted here. I'm going to cut the power now. Maybe if you smile, it would help us find you in the dark.
We on lockdown. They can't do nothing to us.
You have to pay your debt tonight.
I never seen a pit bull with a perm. Whoever let you walk out the house with that jacket is not your friend.
Think that you could move into my neighborhood? Waving your hands in the air like you just don't care?
Really? Or a movie.
Time to die. One movie over.
I saw that. I went and saw that.
You keep talking.
I'm just talking
That
about
was
something.
it was interesting, but it was like, oh my God,
They will snitch.
it was just very good. I'll look at it. Okay, now that'll be interesting.
You gonna run me out of this nice house? I'm from the hood.
You're Carl Block from Chicago, right?
Yeah, you're Caesar from the Planet of the Apes. Don't put that Ebola finger in my face.
yeah, they really fight. So
That's interesting. I've never heard of that. Okay.
Hear the music.
We can't allow this Deadpool.
I don't have time for your X-Men bullshit, Colossus. Besides, nobody's getting hurt. That guy was up there before we got here.
I played a lot of roles. Damsel in distressing.
Taste of theater stage play from great directors and actors across the country.
This is my TV. Don't you see my name on there? What to say? Mud to the damn D-E. That's right.
And welcome back to WGS-JBC Smooth 90.5 FM and HD1 and HD2. And we are here live in Maywood, Illinois, talking to you about a taste of theater. We have a few things that we like for you to know about coming up. On June 25th, we have a play called Gaines People Play coming up at Gwendolyn Brooks College Prep, which is 250 East 111th Street. And that is in Chicago, Illinois. We'd love to see you out there. And then in October, we have our annual festival, which is going to be something that you just can't miss. And that right there will happen on October 7th and 8th, also at Gwendolyn Brooks. We'll have the following people there coming in, and this one I'm rather proud to announce. Mr. Jerome Benton from The Time will be there. He will be talking to you about how to be an effective playwright, and also he will be judging your plays. He'll be one of the celebrity judges giving you feedback on your production and how it can improve. You can't ask for someone who's been out there and been around one of the best to give you feedback. Also, Alunga Adele, who has been a TV writer for Sanford and Son, and Moesha has some of the television shows, and I think 227 he also wrote for. He's an amazing writer, and he's going to teach you how to write and things that you should know whenever you're writing your script. And last but not last, but the next we'll have Christopher Williams, the singer from New Jack City there, Drew Sidora, and also the one and only Antoine McKay from Empire, who's also working on several shows here locally. And then in addition to that, we have Cinda Williams, who's been kind enough to come back. This will be her 3rd year with us. She was in More Better Blues. So those are some of the people that'll be coming in on October 7th and 8th to basically share their knowledge and wisdom with you at our festival. Okay. So we are going to continue on with things that deal with their script and also deal with community. And in addition to that, we're going to have a few of you call in and talk to us about what's in your script. And the phone number again is 708-345-0563. And where we left off last time, we were talking about the time frame that your play should be in, and also the what type of play you're writing. Is it going to be a comedy, a dramedy, or is it going to be about domestic violence? Is it going to talk about what happens behind the scenes in a school, or is it going to be something that's going to deal with the issue of things in the military or things in the business world? These are things that you should consider when you're doing your script or doing a play. And also, when you've gotten all those topics together, and I highly recommend that you put them down on all of these different ideas on little pieces of paper, so this way you can figure out how you're going to develop your story and determine whether your lead character, your lead character is always defined as the person who is who the story is always about, or the situation that happens, to the one that you want the audience to care about and follow. So you should always determine who's your lead characters, who are the supporting characters, and what their ages are, their time frames, when they're going to come in and off the stage, and so forth. These are things that you should always have written down and in front of you as you're doing your character development. So, in addition to that, when you start going into time frame, you always have to take in consideration, if you're going to write a story and you want it to be in the 60s, you can't have your characters using technology that wasn't invented during that time frame. For instance, if your story's in the 60s, you can't have a person on stage or in your story holding a cell phone. That's one of those examples. So, these are things that you should always take into consideration whenever you're doing the timepiece. So whenever you're writing your story, it should always take in consideration when the story is written. And we're also gonna. Looks like we have a few people that were trying to call in. They're saying the 708 number is showing busy, but we'll go ahead and try and get that squared away. That's 708-345-0563. Alrighty, so that explains that. Okay.
Hello, Smooth 90.5 FM. How can I help you?
Okay. We'll go to a commercial and fix some of the technical issues, and we'll be right back. All right? Thanks. And we're here live on Smooth 90.5 FM, HD 2 and 3 here in Maywood, Illinois.
Was I right? Or was I wrong? Now I ain't gonna let you break up my happy home. No woman to woman. Now you see, I don't want no trouble now. I hope you understand. I love that man, and he's mine. I'm talking to you, woman to woman. You should be woman enough to understand. That man, I love that man. Woman, woman, woman to woman. He's mine. And I ain't gonna give him up. Oh, baby, I ain't lying. The best of my years with that man.
Dancing. You've always wanted to do it, and it's easier than you think. LearnToDance.com is an online resource for anyone who wants to learn. Our goal is to make learning to dance as easy as possible. Hey, who's that gorgeous gal in the mirror? That's right, it's you. You've been using Super Smile Professional Whitening Toothpaste, haven't you? So that makes you not only pretty, but pretty smart. The new AOL is here, and it's everything you asked for. Better parental controls help safeguard your kids online. Enhanced emails put you in control. America Online. So easy to use, it's number one. Your pet knows when it looks good. Stylish pet apparel. Available at Petco, where the pets go. I'm a cheap girl, but that doesn't mean I don't like to wear the best designer clothes. It just means that I'm smart enough to get them for less than department store sale prices. More than great coats. Burlington Coat Factory.
Well, we are live on Smooth 90.5 FM HD 1 and 2. We have a wonderful guest in the audience. Right here in the studio with us. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nicole Jordan, and I'm with the Taste of Theater.
All right. And we also have you doing something else, too. It looks like we have our first caller coming in.
Great.
So, welcome to Smooth 90.5. You're live on the air?
Hi, I'm Nicole.
Hi, how are you?
And how are you?
I'm wonderful. So I'm sorry, I'm moving about this afternoon.
That is awesome. Can you tell us, since you are an experienced playwright, one that has done plays in several cities, can you tell everybody what are some of the things that you look for or that you put in your script whenever you write one?
Well, when I write my scripts, what I try to do is find topics that are relevant to today, and pretty much scripts that people can relate to. Love, marriage, failed relationships, the crime that's going on in the city and how it affects the children. That's various topics.
And when you start writing your scripts, do you always start with with that particular topic, or do you start with a particular issue, or do you start with the main character, or how do you start the entire story?
Well, when I first started writing, I used to just write from what comes to my mind. Mm-hmm. But after taking my playwriting course, I was taught to do an outline first, how to set up my storyline and how to introduce my characters and my plot. So basically now when storylines come to my head, I just do a character analysis for each one of my characters in the play. And that way I know what angle to use emotions when creating their backstories and their dialogue.
That is amazing, and that's good advice for someone who is starting out as a writer to follow. And can you tell us some of the plays that you've worked on or written, or some of the other scripts that you've done?
Well, right now, the play that I'm promoting is called Talking Stones. I wrote it in 2014. It was basically a play that I developed in my playwriting course, and I thought it was a story that needed to be heard because a lot of people talked about how social media affects relationships, but I wanted to bring to light it's not just social media that causes problems in a relationship, it's the individual. That play was Talking Stones, and it was basically about a husband who was trying to make amends after his wife of 20 years caught him cheating on her again, and she was relentless on forgiving him. But the tables turned when her secrets were revealed. So Talking Stones is about relationships and how people like to blame one another for the breakdown of relationships without self-analyzing and trying to figure out what they have done in a relationship to cause the breakdown as well.
Wow. That was such a very, very incredible story. Do you have any questions for her?
Sure. I'm intrigued at the in-depthness of the writing for the Tossing Stones. How did you swing that? How did you swing that in the reverse role as far as the play goes when it came to you having to expose her secrets? How did that? Was that hard? Was it tedious? How did that work for you?
Well, the story, what I did was I developed a character that was closest to her to reveal her secrets. It was almost like a vendetta. And what happens is, like, a lot of people hear about relationships where the best friend is the culprit, is the one sleeping with their spouse or their mate. So, with that being said, I decided to touch on that, and also, as a best friend, their secrets. So, the wife shared a secret with the best friend, and she used it in the end against her.
Okay.
So,
and how long have you been actually writing plays itself? I heard you say 2014. Pretty sure it was way before that.
Actually, I started writing short stories and plays when I was 10 years old. I used to convert Bible stories, children's Bible stories, into plays for my church. And
okay, and it blossomed. So did you think at that time that this would be a career for you?
Actually, no. I actually put everything on hold for, believe it or not, 30 years.
Oh.
And so in 2009, I wrote my first fiction novel. And I wanted something more challenging, so I decided to take a playwriting course and fell in love with playwriting. It actually wasn't my intention to become a playwright. I was just doing something just to break up the monotony of my life. And here I am.
Great. Sounds like it's a good question.
All right. So we should let you tell the entire audience how they can connect with you, and also we want to just say that Taste of Theater will be honoring you as our Playwright of the Week coming up. So you'll be seeing a whole bunch of posts on you this coming week as our Playwright of the Week.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect it.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Well, I can be contacted at the Frank Ellis and Larry Inc. 2014 at yahoo.com, or you can visit our website at flink2014.com.
That is wonderful. And again, we want to thank you for coming on the Taste of Theater radio show on Smooth 90.5 FM HD 2 and 3 here in Maywood, Illinois. And you'll be seeing all these wonderful things about Loretta Smith and her play Tossing Stones if you go to our Facebook page, because she is our Playwright of the Week. She is an amazing writer, and we want the world to know all about the things that she's doing in the world.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you and the Taste of Theater for giving us playwrights this platform, and I wish you continued success in all your endeavors.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so what we're going to do is, as they say, keep the party going here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go.
So you're also in a play, I hear.
Yes, I am. I am actually an actress and I'm involved with the Taste of Theater.
Yeah,
yes,
tell us all about it.
Absolutely, I'm a waitress, and I have a secret. Me and one of the other actors and Larry. You guys pay attention to Larry. And she's sexy, and she's able to hold her own.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And she's got it going on till the break of dawn.
Yes, absolutely. So you guys come out June 25th at 7 p.m. To Gwendolyn Brooks College Prep and enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Tickets are on sale now. You can go to the webpage at tasteoftheater.com and purchase the tickets. If you'd like a discount, you can go ahead and use the promo code. And my name is Nicole Jordan, and they'll take $5 off for you.
All right. I like the sound of that. Oh, looks like we have a... what we're going to do now is keep the party going and talk about some of the other wonderful things that we've got going on at A Taste of Theater. And that is, of course, the festival coming up in October. And I'm figuring you'll be there.
I'll definitely be at the festival. Let's ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So, the Taste of Theater, we're hoping that this is a year-end thing. Every year, we're going to bring this back every year, and it becomes prominent.
Yes.
I'm going to speak that into existence. I'll pray.
All right, you got it.
So, what brought about that idea? What made you say, I want to start a what do they call this? Not a legend, but you want to have a legacy. What's the legacy behind the Taste of Theater?
The legacy behind the Taste of Theater is simple. Is giving playwrights who don't always have the platform to showcase their plays to a different audience an opportunity to do that. So, and that's part of my 3 core values, which is the first is anyone can learn. And because nowadays we believe that education is important, and so we always feel like anyone can learn. Number 2, good playwrights deserve a platform to showcase their plays. So that was one of the bases for it. And then number 3, every scenario should be a win-win-win scenario. And then I have to honestly say that this whole idea or concept came about strictly from the man above. So I can't take credit for it. I'm just being the vessel to carry it through.
Push, absolutely. So I'm going to be on the assumption that you have written a play, and if you have written a play and you produced a play, I want to know your first one. What was your very first play, and what was the concept behind it?
It's the one that you're in.
Can you serious?
Yes. And that play is called Games People Play, and that right there was dealing with relationships and how people are so focused on the games that others are running on them that they never take the time to sit back and realize the games that they're actually playing or running on others.
Absolutely. And is there any... Do you have anything in the making outside of A Taste of Theater as far as a play? Outside of the games people play, do you have anything brewing?
Oh, yeah, I have several things brewing. The first one is going to be a collaborative effort. I've asked several playwrights to come in and chime in on this topic. And it's also going to be a love story or relationship play. And it's called The Representative.
Oh, okay. And if you could step out of that genre of relationships, what would it be?
Well, I always would do a social change type of things, something that's dealing with with an issue where I think people can change or the society needs to change. And so that's when I did Alone Goodbye. And that right there dealt with living under a one world government and what that would look like. Yeah, it was completely different.
Okay, that's very interesting. Just get you out there. I really appreciate you. I appreciate Mr. Gully and all the things that he's done, and the things and the opportunities that he's given a lot of actors and actresses, because we all know that we all can become educated in a field that we want to press through to, and opportunity is what people need.
That's right.
And I appreciate that. So you guys try to contact him and get out to his casting calls and get entwined with what he has going on, because you never know what can take you to another level.
All right.
He's the man with the plan.
All right. That is so kind of you, and the check's in the mail.
Absolutely. So what else is going on in here? You guys having fun? What happened this morning? You went out for an event?
Oh, yeah. Rob was at the 5K walk. At least WGS, JBC, Smooth 90.5 was at the 5K walk downtown. And maybe you could tell us a little more about that. Looks like he's going to give us a little purple rain.
I came in here and shook a lot of things up.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so today is an amazing day. We're going to have Dr. Pamela Johnson here.
That's correct.
And she is a writer and an author and also a musician. But before all of those things, she's a writer.
Yes.
And we're going to try to bring her in again next week. She kind of got... timing was bad, but she did the Stellar Awards and she did the Steeple Awards. She's a coordinator and the writer for those things. So she wants to meet Mr. Gully. She's loving him.
No.
So that was a treat. That was a treat from me to you.
Well, tell everybody what the Steeple Awards is so that everyone will know.
Okay, the Steeple Award is a community based. Well, no, the Steeple Awards is a gospel based. Just as well as like a big Grammy Award. So it's for the community and for the singers that don't get acknowledged.
Oh, okay.
For the gospel
that
hasn't been acknowledged. Everyone wants to pat on their back for something.
Yes.
Everyone wants to pat on their back for something. So she coordinated those things, and Mr. Chandon Carter of Atlanta. They came together and collaborated on something, and it has been a beautiful, beautiful thing, and it's going to be an ongoing thing year after year. And I was able to be part of that as far as media and PR work.
Oh,
and
cool!
I really, really appreciated them also.
Oh, right. I'm surprised Ty Martin from Atlanta is not in there.
I'm sorry, T.Y. Martin is also involved. He was also involved.
No way.
Yes way.
Get out of here.
Yes way. Mr. Martin was also involved. And he's an amazing writer also.
Yes.
And he also, we might be able to switch some things up and get him to the Taste of Theater.
That would be awesome.
He inboxed me and told me his timing. He really wasn't for sure, so I'm not supposed to tell him. But I'm praying that God switches some things around so he can make it.
All right. And also, we're going to... see if we can get him on this radio show.
Absolutely.
So he can talk about what he's doing down there in the ATL.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so some of the things we talked about in today's show is scripts, what should be in them, and how you should go about formatting your outline, like you heard Loretta talk about. You have to have an outline for your script and your character development, what each character's age, what time frame they're experiencing, and also what their life is all about. Are they married? They have kids? Do they, or are they leading an alternative lifestyle? Whatever. You have to give that character development. And then the second thing we talked about, which is community. So as you can tell, we're building that community now, because after you've written the play, now you gotta have someone come and watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so once you get those things out there, and we want to make the tickets affordable.
Yes.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
So how do you build community? And
I build community with connection to not only the mind, but the spirit of the character, and in addition to celebrities. So I try to get next to the individual and find out where that halt may be and elevate them to the next level. That's my job. That's my job.
All right, and then the last thing that we were going to talk about today is your website. What should be on it? So when you're doing PR for someone, what should be on their website?
They should have, first, a bio. We need to know what you're offering, how long you've been doing this, and your professionalism in it. Those are the things that I need to see on your webpage so that we can offer the people something. Everyone wants something.
Yes, they do.
I also need to have a press kit.
Okay.
You need an IBM, and you need those certain things that...
Okay, you said IBM. For those who don't know what that is,
break
it
it
down.
Sorry.
Break it down.
Do we have time? Do we have time? That's a lot.
You got 2 minutes.
Okay, well, what we'll do is, how about this? How about we come back next week and we cover the essentials of everything that we need or that a person may need who wants to get into that field, so they'll know the formula.
Okay, but what's IBM stand for? You know what? I was trying to put you on the spot again.
We don't have no time to just put the sign up. Come on.
I was just messing with you there just a little bit.
I'll give it to you guys next week. I'll break some things down for you.
All right, you got to break it on down.
I will break everything down for you.
And it sounds like a Prince song.
Break it down. Yes.
All right, and so after we talked about, so again, today was scripts, what should be in it, building your community, and 3, what should be on your website. So next week we're going to talk about some more things surrounding the theater, like stage presence.
Absolutely.
And keeping the energy of your show going, and what to do when someone forgets their lines.
Yes, that's important.
Oh,
that is
yes.
Very important.
And you're live on the air and they forgot their lines.
That's great. That's great. That's very important. And people become, you almost, and for those who have done that, and I must say that I've done that before, and you have to be on point, on time.
Yes, you do.
With something, because it will throw everything after that moment completely off, and then we have an issue.
Well, it becomes harder for the next person to try and pick up once, and you're trying to not make it so obvious that you've forgotten your lines and the audience picks it up.
Right.
So those are the things that we're going to talk about next week. Again, what were those topics again that we're going to talk about?
We're going to talk about community. We're going to talk about... I can't remember. Right What's going on? I'm trying to do my timing. We're going to talk about...
what happens when you forget your lines on stage?
You forget your lines.
Like you just did.
I did. And I'm not embarrassed, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
And stage presence. All right. So we're going to pick up with some of those things on next week. And then also we're going to have our marketing moment come in with Cynthia Williams of C2 Networks or Ideation Zone. She has an awesome things where she comes on and she'll share marketing ideas with you, how you can improve your marketing for your product. And it goes across all industries. So it doesn't matter whether you're in theater like we are, or whether you're doing a radio station, or whether you're doing biking, or whatever your industry is. These are consistent things that go across the board on all of that. So we'll have her on next week and talking about marketing.
Okay, and don't forget, we'll bring Dr. Johnson.
That's right.
Dr. Johnson will bring her next week.
No way.
Yes. Oh,
get
yes
out
way.
of here.
Oh, yes, way. I'll shift some things around.
You don't say.
I don't say. I love it. I love it. So we'll have those things, and I think that marketing segment is definitely necessary.
It is
because
critical.
It covers all genres, all of them. And we want to thank you guys for tuning in to 90.5 FM Smooth Jazz, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
That's right. And All right. And thank you again. This has been a Taste of Theater Sundays.
Don't you see my